Hey, Foothill CC, welcome to week 4. You guys have probably already made it through this week, and I'm super excited. I was going to show you some pictures of our history. I pulled them up. Obviously, some of them aren't actual pictures. They're representations or recreations because those are lost to history. But we have some hand motions that we're going to use, and I'm going to show you pictures, and then I'm going to show you the hand motions associated with those pictures. All right, so the first one, we have the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and we have the pyramids at Giza. And so with the pyramids at Giza, we're just going to hold our fingers together as a pyramid. And then we have the Hanging Gardens at Babylon. It looks something maybe like this, a huge towering structure. And we're gonna hold our elbows up and our fingers point down like they're hanging from our wrists. And then we have the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. And you can see how many incredible columns are here. And so we're gonna take our hands and C's and we're just gonna draw columns. And they can continue drawing columns until they're finished saying Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. And then we have the statue of Zeus at Olympia, and you can see he has a staff here. And so we're just going to stand up straight and hold that staff. Then we have the Mausoleum at Halle, Carnassus. So this was a really tall structure, and it reminds us a little bit of the Tower of Babel. And so we're going to use our hands just like we did in the Tower of Babel in our timeline song, and we're just going to go straight up, really tall. Then we have the Pharaoh's lighthouse at Alexandria, another huge structure, but it was a lighthouse. So we're just going to flash our hands like light bulbs. And then we have Colossus at Rhodes. So this guy was enormous. I think there's a surviving foot, and based on that, he was just a colossal man. So we're going to hold our hand up just like we're doing the Statue of Liberty. Hand comes up. He was probably holding a light or a scepter of some sort. Okay, so what that looks like, I'm going to attempt to sing this song. This one is not, this one doesn't come quite as naturally for me, but maybe your kids will catch on really fast. So the 7 wonders of the ancient world are the pyramids of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, statue of Zeus at Olympia, Mausoleum at Halle, Carnassus, Pharaoh's lighthouse at Alexandria, Colossus of Rhodes. Oh, okay. So, and then we sing it a second time. Okay, so that is for our history. Your Latin is going to be repeating from week 3 and into week 4. And so if you need help with pronunciation, please refer to your app or to your CD, whichever one you have from CC, because those are songs. And if your student's going to move on into challenge, they definitely need to know these endings. So these are going to be really important as they move into our challenge program. With timeline, again, we're just going to keep referring you back over to Heritage Learning on YouTube. And if you're having trouble finding that, I believe all of our tutors have sent out links. But if you haven't received a link, if you go on YouTube and put up Heritage Learning Timeline, that should pull it up. I think she does weeks 1 through 11 and then maybe weeks 12 through 22. And I think we have a couple of different things for weeks 23 and 24. Okay, what else do we have? English, we're going to continue our Prepositions Song or chant, whatever you want to call that. And so your student can either listen to the preposition link that we sent out, and that's the whole song. They have little hand motions on CC Connected that you are welcome to look at, and your students can have some fun. That song goes really fast, and those hand motions are a little bit too quick for this brain. So for science, for geography, again, we're no longer singing any songs for geography. We're going to try to use some sort of landmarks in order for your student to be able to find it. We determined that singing a song, first of all, we've had a lot of songs. And then secondly, it's not helping our students find what we are looking for. So just by singing a song. So instead, finding landmarks, helping your student determine that, the Caspian Sea kind of looks like a sea, or you found those four waters where you had the, down here was the Red Sea, and then across was the Persian Gulf, and then north Caspian Sea, and then directly across was the Black Sea, and it kind of looked like a shoe. So those are the things that we want you to help equip your student in to find those different landmarks, especially if they're going to be part of Memory Master. And then we have science. So this week is parts of a plant cell. So last week we sang to Baba Black Sheep. This week we're not going to have a song, but we have all of those same parts, and then we add two more. So we have the nucleus, like we did last week, our same hand motions. Nucleus, because it's the brain of the cell, and then the cytoplasm is all the stuff. It's the stuff that the kind of jelly that fills in the cell, and then we have the vacuole where food is stored for the cell, and then the mitochondria, which produces energy and strength for the cell. Then we have the cell membrane. And then for plants, we have a cell wall. So we're going to kind of mime our hands going up a wall. Then we have the chloroplasts. So this is a really interesting one. In our timeline song, when we get closer to the modern era, we're going to use this as bombs, but we also are using this for lighthouse for the Pharaoh's lighthouse at Alexandria. So it's kind of a combination, and that works really well here because chloroplasts, they're going to take energy from the sun, and then they're going to produce their own energy for the plant. So they're going to absorb energy from the sun and then produce it, okay? And then we have the Golgi bodies. So again, we're just going to pack in proteins and liposomes and all this stuff for the plant cell to be able to send along later on, okay? So I hope those hand motions are helpful. And again, if hand motions don't work for your kid, don't make them do it. This is just for our more kinesthetic learners and for some of our visual learners. I'm very visual, so the moment that I start to move my hands and I start to see things, it all makes sense to me. Not so much an auditory learner. So you just have to kind of figure out what works for your family. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you soon.